G'day there, gang. Welcome back to Chump the Champ. I'm Walynds, but most people call me Wally. Today we're going to get straight into some highlights of a game against Spezia. It was a pretty good one. A lot of goals scored. Let's go check it out. So here come the highlights here. Straight into it. Arsman plays a lovely ball for Ibsen. And he combines with his Brazilian compatriot Arinu, who finds Soppy, who plays a lovely through ball. And Arinu makes no mistake. Beats the keeper on his near post there. That'll be a very unhappy goalkeeper and manager there, I'd imagine. Now, they take the ball off us here, but Soppy just does anything you can do, I can do better, mate. Takes the ball back of him and finds Ibsen in the centre of the park. Central midfielder on attack. Just a little overpowered. Ibsen again makes a lovely run down the left here. And Sessignon with a bullet, well, not a bullet-like, with a laser-accurate cross, finds Arinu, and both the Brazilians are on the board here. Bastiani finds Dubicus, who we nearly bought when we were at Circle Bruges. Good to see him in a good league. He left Mayas Monaco, but he gets one back from them. And at this stage, I'm starting to think we're comfortable here as Arinu tries to go around the keeper, can't quite, but his Brazilian buddy Ibsen's there to clean up the mess. Then Dubicus involved again in another goal here for Spezia as Sosa comes through and scores a lovely goal. I thought that one was offside, but apparently it wasn't. At this stage, I'm starting to get a bit worried because Walowitz is beaten the air and the ball gets nodded home, but we return the favour at the other end of the park and Marcapone scores an absolute beauty. Just having a quick look at our other results here. So the last game of games here was a loss against Inter Milan. So we've played a few friendlies here, but as you can see, Torino, Salernitana in the local derby, Atalanta, Spezia, who you just saw, Ternana, sorry. Erik ten Hag in charge. Some interesting managers in charge here. Erik ten Hag there. And the next, I mean, we've won through, we beat all the lesser sides here. We lost against Milan. That was unfortunate, but look, they've still got Kessie and Brahim Diaz getting about there for them. Quite a good side, that Milan side. They're who's my money on to win the league this year. So, I mean, 3-0 was a bit unfair, I thought, in the end, but never mind. Now, I did mean to bring you this game against Juve. However, I was an absolute nub and didn't clear enough hard drive space. So that one, the recording is just like, it's crap. But look, Frank Lampard in charge here. So we've got some interesting rivals here, managerially wise. We've got Erik ten Hag. We've got Frank Lampard. Let's see if we can outdo them all. And then in our last game, we beat Sassuolo 4-0, and we are on a bit of a roll. That leaves us third in the league, I think. Click the right button, Wally. Jesus Christ. It leaves us fourth in the league. But if we win today against Fiorentina, we have a chance to overtake Juve and go up to third on the ladder. Get it right, Wally. Transfer-wise, it was pretty quiet deadline day, actually. We did mention that we've got a Chinese keeper coming in. He will join us shortly in the summer transfer window, so that is good to look at. I mean, he's a really young fella, but he probably shades Tosi in a couple of areas already, so that's really good. What we did have trouble with is we lost Riccardo Calafiori to Juve. Unfortunately, did play a really good game against us for Juve as well, and he's getting the Champions League football that he wanted. Not playing well there, but he's playing, I guess, so he's got his wish. Which left me with a bit of a panic buy here because I wasn't sure who we could get. So we got this young fella, Daniel Brozowski. I mean, he's good physically and mentally. He's got leaves a lot to be desired technically. So we got to work on his technicals. That's only going to come through match time. And that's the thing I'm having trouble because I found someone better. We brought in Sergio Gomez, one of the football's global superstars, it says in his bio. I'd have to agree. He's probably actually an upgrade from Calafiori. He's a bit older, and look, I don't normally sign 33-year-olds. As you can see, his agility and acceleration are starting to drop off already. But you know what? Even if he does slow down a bit, I'm just going to play him out here as an inverted forward, and he can spend all day using his lovely passing, flair, and technique, putting his teammates through and scoring himself. It's been really good since he's come into the side. He is rating a 7.53, and for me, that is £12.5 million well spent. So that's really the only transfer news we have. I'm really quite happy with how the team are playing. Really quite happy about at this stage. Hang on, I haven't done proper selection yet. Let's have a look here. But through the magic of editing, we've instantly changed the team to how I wanted to play. We're going to go in like this, I think. Tosi in the goal. The back four is going to be Gomez, Volkovic, Hamatage, and Deoria. Deoria, guy that was signed by the last manager just before I got here. Again, much in the mould of Brzezowski, who I just showed you. Pretty good physically and mentally, but technicals leave a little bit desired. He's a bit older though at 26. I wouldn't have signed him, but he is very flexible. Either foot, plays on either wing. He's doing a job for us today. Soppy is out with food poisoning, and you know what? There's no point in risking him unless we really have to. And as much as Soppy was involved in those last highlights, his form not been great. Not been great. Averaging, you can't see that. It's under my ugly head there. But his rating is 6.7. Will be one of the areas we look to recruit in the transfer window. I've got my eye on a few players, and the transfer window is coming up. It is the 4th of December, as you can see. So we are smashing through this season like I wanted to. In the centre of the park, we'll have Arsman and Ibsen. Yeah, they're doing all right. They're doing enough to keep this spot there. Arsman, I'd like to see step up a bit. We have stepped up a bit in the last few weeks, and Ibsen quite the opposite. I had put Arsman there and had played Terats as the deep line playmaker, but we're going to leave it as it is for the moment. Behind Pone up front, who's come to me and had a whinge and ask for some starts, so I'm giving him some. I can't afford to lose him. I shouldn't have sold the guy that I sold earlier in the season already. I'm a bit thin in the striker department. Somewhere else we'll be looking to improve. We've got Sessignon, Milanese, and Battistini. Why is Milanese there and not Matthias Leighton, you ask me? Well, Matthias Leighton went and broke his ankle on duty for Chile. He has been out pretty much since the game after the last episode. There was an international break after that Inter game. That's where he hurt himself. Hasn't played a game for us since. He's only played the 2 games, but he's got 2 goals in those 2 games. And look, the boy is really good. While I'm here, we'll just fix this. Look, we really need him back in the team. That frees up a spot. That means Desaya and Pony can actually properly rotate. What am I looking for here? Training. What are we after here? Rehab. Always forget to do this. And it does. It helps a lot with players not losing physicals as soon as they can get on the rehab train there. So, yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, Leighton. Really, we were missing him, but Milanese has been an adequate deputy. As you can see, 3 goals, 3 assists, averaging a 7.14. Form dropped off a bit in the last couple of games, so that's why Desai got the start there, but having Desai and Pony in the same lineup, starting lineup, just really makes things difficult if I need to sub one of them off. Sessignon, look, he's in on form from the last game. He's played really well. Being the bit part player that I need him to be, and he's basically stepping in for the disappointment that is Gabriel Vernon. I mean, he stepped it up the last game, Vernon, all right. But, yeah, I mean, he does have a heavy match load. He's played a lot of games recently, and I'm just worried about burning the boy out. So he will come on as an impact sub, I would imagine. He's playing that inverted forward role there. And who's the other person here? Battistini and Irinu are competing for time here. I'm trying to retrain Irinu over here, but I think he's a bit old. It's going really slowly. He is getting plenty of time over there, especially because Vernon was injured for a bit there as well. So there we go. That is the lineup for today, gang. Let's get into it here. And hopefully we can form a win. Because, look, a win will put us third. Third going into the Christmas period will be really, really good for us. I just really hope we can just keep this run of form going, and that the draw and loss against Juve and Inter, or Juve and AC rather, don't slow the momentum train down a bit. I'm just going to send the arse man to that because I really can't be arsed. And let's get into the game here. Let's see who they've got in their lineup. Is there any familiar faces for that Fiorentina lineup out there? Not really. All right, there's a lot of new gents in that team. And Fiorentina sit 10th. We sit 4th. We really should be winning this. Right, let's get into the match. So I'm really quite happy with how this season is going so far. The form has been great, and I really didn't expect to go on such a run so early. What One thing I will say is this team is not as physically fit as the Cercle Bruges side, and we're coming up against very fit, top-class European sides who just pull our gegenpress apart. A bit like that, but Tosi, he's done all he can there, but Galuzzi runs through the center of the defense there. He's basically escorted into the box here. There was absolutely... it's Agibo and yeah, no one picks up Galuzzi's run, and that's all over Red Rover. And that is not a good start to the game. All right, we're going to get straight on the front foot here and go to the positive mentality here. And we're going to throw out some encouragement. We're not too far behind yet to throw out encouragement. They won't be upset with that. And on cue, the press does get pulled apart a bit like that. Playing that higher line of engagement and the higher defensive line, get caught out a lot more often than we did playing this tactic at Cercle Bruges. So what we did do against Juve was play a defensive midfielder. I think that might be something I need to look at going forward. Oh, look at that. That is just not good at all. Not good at all. I'm just going to point the finger. I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed with you. Let's give them all a rev up here. There's like fistings for everybody here. Pony and Sessignon looking like the two likely lads to come off. And Ibsen. So the three lads that I mentioned that might only play half a game are probably the ones that are going to be playing not half a game. You know what I mean, gang. Right, we're going to do it now. We can't afford to mess about anymore. Battistini is also done. Right. Let's have a serious look here. Battistini is playing really well, though, even though he's done. But he's done, so I think I'm going to bring him off for a renew. Pone off for Desaya. What else do I do here? So I'll leave Sessignon out there, and no. Look, I'm going to stick to my guns. We're going to do this. That is all three subs. I'm really backing Ibsen in here. I don't know. Or do I put Arsman there and bring Terats on and just let Battistini play out even though he's done? No, I think that's what we do. We're going to give the team talk. We're going to pump the fists. Go out there and change the game for us, lads. There's only one goal away from bringing us back to parity here. But I just don't like the way we're playing at the moment. Boys, quite camera shy, it seems. We've got plenty of the ball. You know what? We might be a little bit more expressive. I'm going to ask the boys to run at the defence a bit. Let's just try and dial that up a little bit. And we're also, not instructions, we're gonna demand more. We are going to demand more. Well, it has a good effect on the team, but this is no good. This is no good. Oh, my God. Come on. Don't concede a second, boys. Right, comes out. Irinu. Can't beat Kluivert to the ball there. Gonzalez. I mean, the boys in purple are just knocking it around here. We're having nightmares of teams in purple, gang. This is like Anderlecht all over again. Come on, lads. So, I don't think the tactic needs too much. Changing our Arsman finds Desaya. Now, Desaya normally quite good in these situations, as is Gabriel Vernon. Arsman finds Ibsen. Desaya. Irinu. Oh. Ibsen is through. Ibsen chips the... Oh, he's hit the freaking woodwork. Oh, that was the chance that we had. And Ibsen... Well, there's only one way to say this. He fucked it up. Oh, my giddy aunt. That is not good. That is not good. Gang. Few real passengers there. Deary me. Rightio, so that loss leaves us fourth on the table. We are 6 points behind Inter and, well, we're 6 points behind the collective Milan posse, shall we say. We needed to win that game. That's unfortunate. We really need to win that one. Quite disappointed with that. When are we going to come back to you? Let's have a look at the schedule. I want to get another episode done. Look, as you can see from behind, all my toys have gone off my shelf behind me here. I'm mid-house move, but allowed myself a bit of, well, I've woken up at 4 a.m, so I've allowed myself a coffee, a nice breakfast, and recording a couple of episodes here. So when are we going to come back to you? Look, I think Roma's the game we're going to come back to you for, so it's only a couple. We'll come back to you for the Roma game. We should be well and truly into the transfer window as well then, and should be an action-packed episode. Well, on that terrible disappointment, it's time to wrap up the episode. Thank you all so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new here. My name's Walynds. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.